Well, there was just something on CNN about gun violence. And the panel had a guy from the American Gun Owners Association and the Brady Center to Prevent Gun Violence, also known to gun owners as the Brady Bunch, because in my opinion they're that loony. What I find interesting is the Gun Owners of America has an email you can use to express an opinion on that. But by the same token, for some reason the Brady Center does not have that same email. And I'd love to know why. Now you got a phone number, a fax number, but there's no email. So basically they're going on their own opinions from their small unelected group of officials, it seems, rather than finding what people really feel like about gun violence, about firearms ownership. As a former trucker, I've been in 3 situations where twice a shotgun in my hand scared the criminals off without even firing a shot. They were trying to get into my load and rip it off. And time was hauling boats, and believe me, a load of outboard motors that brand new for bass boats is worth a little bit. The other time I was down at Pioneer Square just after I finished driving school. A bus got into town at 3 in the morning, and Western Union, where I had some money sitting, wasn't going to be open until about 8 a.m. So I walked down the Western Union through Pioneer Square. These 4 black guys decided, teenagers really, about 19, 20, that wanted my money in my backpack. I told them no. Next thing I know, they pulled out switchblades. I put a round through his leader's afro. He didn't think I had the guts to fire the handgun I had. Old 5-shot 38 special, which I had a permit to carry. But I had the permit to carry, so I was legal with it. They dropped their knives and took off running. And to be honest, I fear a knife far more than I ever fear being shot. You get cut by a knife, you can bleed out in a matter of seconds. Firearm takes a lot longer. And you look at the countries where gun control has been in place and where the ownership of firearms of any sort, whether long guns or handguns, is severely restricted. You'll notice something kind of interesting. The criminals still have firearms, but the honest citizen who's unarmed doesn't. And surprise, surprise, the home invasions have gone up because the criminals know the firearms are in their hands, not the owners of the firearm, not the homeowners. You hear the Brady Bunch squawking about how people can commit suicide so easily. The fact is, somebody's going to commit suicide, they're going to do it anyways. They're really determined, and having the access to a firearm just makes it a bit easier. But my question really, with respect to the Brady Center, is why do you not have an email so people can express opinions of your programs and your and actually keep track of what people are saying or feel about the ownership of firearms? If anybody watches, you can probably tell I'm very pro firearm ownership, and firmly believe the Second Amendment put in place by the founding fathers of the United States in order to keep firearms in the hands of citizens. The other thing too, if you look at England at the time, firearm ownership was prominent among the aristocrats. In fact, in Scotland, after the rebellion, or the uprising it should be called, in the mid-1750s and 60s, the first thing the British Crown did was confiscate all firearms except from aristocrats and all weapons from the Scots. So it's something to look at. Same thing happened throughout history. Nazi Germany, one of the first things Hitler did was ban the private ownership of firearms. Well, You might think if the Jews could fight back against confiscation of firearms ownership and kept their firearms, how many of them would have actually gone to gas chambers? You might think about that. And if Brady ever has the guts to put a email address for people to express their opinions on their website, it'd be really interesting.